It's been a while since we tackled an episode of this series, so let's dive right in. Hey, don't look at me like that. This series is worse with puns with episode titles like Mega Man in the Moon or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, not to mention the various Cutman puns. Anyway, we start with an establishing shot of this refinery mining and processing a special ore.
The world needs triconium ore, and we're the main supply.
Mr. Pfister saying this pretty much says, this place is Wily bait. And sure enough, here comes Wily and his posse to attack and take over the refinery. Seeing that the miner robots are no match for, well, the robot masters, Mr. Pfister decides to call Dr. Light and Mega Man for assistance. After all, they are experts on dealing with Dr. Wily.
Stand up and turn into a skateboard! Good boy!
When they're not goofing off. The call comes in and Mega Man and Rush head off to assist. I believe this is the first time we see this version of Rush Marine. They arrive and the fight commences, and it's a long one. Hey, we gotta show off this underwater combat. There are two elements that shake it up. First, Wily launches a box of robotic piranhas to attack Mega Man and Rush. However, the two quickly turn things around and they are all destroyed. Second is the arrival of this giant squid because, why not? Though it does set up this Androcles lion situation.
You're welcome! Boy, that's gratitude for you.
I mean, you helped one giant creature that tried to strangle you earlier. Jeez. Well, battling four robot masters begins to take its toll on Mega Man, as he is low on energy and has to improvise. That doesn't stop Cutman here for long. Luckily, Roll and Eddie arrive. They've been monitoring Mega Man and figures he needs the help. In fact, Mega Man's so weak that Eddie produces 2 E-soda cans. Wouldn't they dilute in the water? Anyway, fully restored, Mega Man deals with Cutman, followed soon by Gutsman, Diveman, and Waveman. Well, that was easy. A little too easy. As a reward for saving the refinery, Mr. Pfister gives Dr. Light and Company a brand new laboratory by the sea. Now, I do have to applaud the episode for what's coming up next.
Oh, I can't believe our good fortune. Go ahead, open it. Is something wrong, Mega Man?
Oh, it's probably just those emotions you gave me.
Mega Man acting cautious at this too-good-to-be-true lab despite everyone else saying otherwise. And as it turns out, this is a trap set up by Dr. Wily.
I can't open these robot doors. These controls, they're fake.
The food! It's fake too?
Everyone is stunned thanks to this neutralizing light. However, Mega Man's not under the light. Wily reveals he's replaced the real Mr. Pfister, probably happened during that long attack, and that his plan is to use the recently discovered super special ore to build indestructible robots. He's also getting rid of his enemies by sending the lab underwater thanks to Imperial Walker technology. With Wily's forces securing the mines, he ends the transmission with our heroes. If you haven't figured it out by now, Mega Man was only pretending to be stunned, and Wily didn't notice. No wonder he keeps losing. Mega Man takes care of the beam by reversing the polarity. I'm not joking.
There must be a way to reverse the polarity on this thing. Yes! There it is! That ought to do it.
Getting out of the mobile lab is still a problem. The walls are blast-proof. Now here's where the Androcles Lion plot point returns. They see the giant squid, and thanks to some equipment Light brought with him, they're able to convince it to rip off the outer hatch. See, helping dangerous creatures pays off. Mega Man heads off to start the final fight of the episode, which begins with the traditional Proto Man obsession moment.
Your partners aren't too bright, brother.
No wonder Waveman only appeared in this episode. He ruined Proto Man's chance. Actually, I have another theory which I'll mention later. Before he leaves the series, we have to show Mega Man copy and use his weapon, Water Wave. Likewise, this is Dive Man's only appearance, so we also have to show off his weapon, Dive Missile. And Mega Man doesn't even use it. Wily retreats, but not before setting off the mobile lab's self-destruct. Roll Light and Rush escape, and the lab explodes in the mine Wily was excavating, thus sealing it off. They free the real Mr. Fister, Rush somehow gets Robo-Fleas, and the episode ends. This episode definitely falls under the average category. Wily going after Super Special Orb for indestructible robots makes sense. Trapping the heroes in a mobile lab? A bit ridiculous, but this is Dr. Wily, an insane Saturday morning cartoon video game villain. What dragged this episode down a bit, at least for me, was the opening fight scene. It was a little longer than normal. Again, gotta show off the underwater combat and setting up the Androcles Lion scenario, but this means less time exploring this ore refinery place, not to mention exploring Dr. Light's fascination with his new lab. Wily told us his interest in the place, but we don't see the facility's reaction to discovering that super version of the special ore. Other episodes briefly explain why Wily's interested in such and such, but this one's a bit lacking. What helps the episode is Mega Man being cautious and thinking on his feet. Our guest star robot masters are Dive Man from Mega Man 4 and Wave Man from Mega Man 5. Now here, it makes sense to use water robot masters for this operation. Still don't understand why Wily didn't use Starman in the previous episode, but whatever. Their designs are more or less the same, though Dive Man's face looks a bit weird. I already mentioned their weapons in the summary, so I don't need to cover it again. Now I think the reason we don't see them again in the series is they were destroyed when the mobile lab self-destructed and collapsed the mine. This is backed up by the fact that when Wily escaped, we only see Proto Man, Cut Man, and Guts Man with him. If you want to go ahead and watch this episode, knock yourself out. But honestly, you're not missing much by skipping it. Okay, next up on my review list is the incredible Shrinking Mega Man. Oh boy, somebody call Wayne Selinsky stat.
Well, well, well. A little training session for Rush, eh?
Yep, he's learning more every day.